Today is March 30th, 2010, and we are interviewing Jess Higby at United Junior High. Mr. Higby is 94 years old, having been born on November 19, 1915. Mr. Higby is grandfather of United teacher Mr. Brian Higby. My name is Susie Prentice, a student working in conduction with United Heroes Project and Illinois World War II Memorial Board Classroom Project. And I'll be the interviewer. I'm joined by fellow students Michael Sedam, Carolyn King, Kirsten Youngquist, Andrew Rudolph, and Jack Whitsett.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific.
Little York?
No, I was living down around Berwick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At the time I was drafted, we was only supposed to be in the Army a year, but I was in Fort Bragg on December the 7th when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
Oh.
And all the furloughs and everything was stopped, and I didn't see home I missed 4 Christmases in a row, so I was glad to get home.
Today is Monday, May 1st, 2010, and we are interviewing Harlan Johnson at United Junior High. Mr. Johnson is a veteran of World War II. My name is Kirsten Youngquist, a student working in conjunction with the United Heroes Project and the Illinois World War II Memorial Board Classroom Project, and I will be the interviewer. I am joined by fellow students Michael Sedam, Carolyn King, Jack Whitsett, Andrea Wooters, and Susie Prentice. Mr. Johnson, could you state for the recording what war and branch of service you were in?
I was in World War II in the Navy.
And how long were you in the service?
A little under 2 years.
What was your rank?
Seaman first class.
And where did you serve?
Pacific. Iwo Jima and Okinawa, the 2 battles.
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
No, I enlisted
And where were you living at the time when you enlisted?
in Monmouth, Illinois.
Why did you want to join the Navy?
Well, first of all, I couldn't get in the Army because I had to be 18 to get in the Army. And in the Navy, I get in at 17 with my parents' permission. So I took the recruiter down to my mother, and she said she'd sign it, said he won't be going overseas, will he? And he says, no. I learned a valuable lesson then. But anyway, she signed it, and I went in the Navy and went through boot camp and went out and caught a ship right away, right after boot camp, after I was home on leave. But I went through boot camp, and they give us lessons on identification of airplanes. It's one of the things they did. Learned to march a lot. After I got aboard ship, I don't think I ever marched again. But there was all this basic stuff we have to go through. And your language is different. You don't have ceilings, you have overheads. You don't have walls, you don't have, like your floor, you use a deck. Your wall's a bulkhead. Anyway, they sent me out to a Repel And we took about, I don't know, several days getting there. And we was on what we referred to them as cattle cars, because they are like a box car, similar to, and they had windows, high windows on the sides there. And then we ate sandwiches all the way out there. In one town we stopped at, one city, the ladies came out and asked anybody had a birthday. Of course, everyone had a birthday on there, and they had a bunch of cakes and stuff. And then I got into the RepSchilling, their replacement, and I was there a few days, and then they sent me took me to San Francisco, Bethlehem Steel Company, and the ship was in there that I was assigned to. It was a USS Mulaney DD-528, and we went aboard that. It was in dry dock when we went there. We just came back from battles, and they were in dry dock to get repairs. And we had to cross over a plank like to get aboard there, and I was simply lost at 17 years old, and didn't know what was going on there.
There are so many reasons our school shouldn't cut sports. Here are a few.
If our school cut sports, we wouldn't have some fun.
It could take away part of our childhood.
If a school doesn't have PE every day, a sport could be their exercise.
Taking away sports can make you gain weight.
You would have too much time without a sport and would watch TV too much.
Some people go crazy without something to do.
Without sports, you eat more.
People want scholarships for sports. You would lose money without a scholarship.
Kids would become unhealthy without sports.
Kids will have a better chance of getting bone disease.
Kids might lose part of their social.
So we're sitting here waiting to get to land, and we're getting nervous about being undercommanded. We're going to plant tobacco and we're going to break our backs, and we're probably going to get beaten if we start to slack.
We're not so hopeful because we're black, and all the dudes think we're flawed, and all we want to do is go back to Africa because
we're on a boat and we got to behave because we're going to the States to be southern slaves. We got these handcuffs, the white man going to give us chains, and all we want to do is go right back to where we came from. Word.
Get back to your cells, God.
Tea tax is too high. Boston Harbor will be a teapot tonight.
Whoa, what do you guys think you're doing?
Nothing.
Hey there, slave girl, come over here and bring me my parchment and pencil. Dismissed. Blah, 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 created equal, blah, 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 life, liberty, and blah. Take this over to the Congress.
Wait, okay. All men are created equal, right?
Yes.
Why am I washing your underwear, plowing your fields, and not getting paid at all?
That does not involve you, sir. Sorry.
My slave's in that wagon. I need to check your wagon. Why? I'm telling you, my slave's in that wagon.
I have nothing to do with slaves.
It's all clear.
am Maddie Ballard, and this is my flashbulb memory. November 4th, 2008 was the inauguration of the United States' first African American president, Barack Obama. I never saw the whole ceremony, but I saw about half of it. I was in 8th grade at United Junior High. I was in the school's library watching it with fellow classmates and some of my teachers. The library was dead silent besides a couple of whispers. The speech pulled you in and was very inspiring. It was an inauguration to be remembered. That was my flashbulb memory.